Hello Ally gamers, yes you are looking at Battlefield 2042 running on the ASUS ROG Ally, captured on the Ally itself. I was actually extremely surprised myself that this is actually running quite well. However, it did take a few tweaks. This was running at 15 watts mode and it's on the auto low settings. There's one extra setting that you're going to want to turn off for this overall, and that's the future frame rendering. This really causes some issues. It wasn't all smooth sailing though. I don't know whether this is bugs in Battlefield itself. I'm sure I've seen this on PC, where sometimes it just did not seem to deploy, and I was stuck at the overview screen. If you look at the minimap in the bottom left, you can actually see my character moving around, but the camera just stuck at the overview level, and I was never able to actually get into my character moving around. Anyway, to get rid of this was to restart the game. There also was a couple of other issues that after a restart of the game, so not my first game, not the first time running it during my Windows session, that I would get some ridiculous slowdown. As you can see here, the APU wattage is around 15, battery usage is around normal, but the FPS is down into the sub 20 mark a lot of the time, and it was completely unplayable. If this happens, just restart your ASUS ROG Ally, and you will probably be okay. I should have said that this is running the EA Games version of Battlefield 2042 through the EA app, and once it's been restarted after that initial run, it's absolutely perfectly fine. So first off, you're seeing some performance gameplay here at 720, and again, I was actually quite amazed at how smooth that this was running, and you will get between 40 and 60 frames per second, but it's not always as stable. So if you are going to want to do this, you probably do want to pump it up to the 25 watt mode, and you are going to get much closer to that 60 frames per second at 720p than otherwise. This did make it incredibly smooth, and I didn't really even notice those dips when it was under 60. And playing Battlefield 2042 on a handheld like this is absolutely phenomenal. You can see that the battery wattage is up into the 40 watt range though, so you are only going to get around an hour to an hour and a half gameplay. So you do want to really be plugging this in. Now plugging it in makes things even better. It is also worth noting that I did up the GPU RAM on this to 8 gig, which if you haven't come across this, then in Armory Crate you want to go to settings and operating mode, then GPU settings, and you can change the memory assigned to 8 gig. This will affect all of your games, so make sure that you only do this for the games that really need it. Now if we look at 8 gig with the 30 watt turbo mode plugged in, you can see now we can run this at 1080-60 with the low settings, and it still holds around that 60 frames per second. You're still going to get between 50 and 60, but it's incredibly smooth, and you are going to want to plug a keyboard and mouse in for the absolute best of this. I still haven't got the official ASUS stock yet, and apparently there is a bit of a BIOS issue that has reduced the performance a little bit with the 30 watt turbo mode, so this could get even better. Overall though, I'm still incredibly impressed that it's running this well on the Ally, and I look forward to testing this after the next BIOS update. Let us know in the comments below if you're going to be diving into 2042 anytime soon.